What's up, Team Dink? Here we are at the lake. As you can tell, I'm in my kayak. And I don't necessarily have any major goals today. I just want to catch some fish. Honestly, I'm cool with whatever bites. I will say this though, I want to put these little Berkley Gulp 1-inch minnows to use. You guys have been telling me to fish them for years and I've been super lazy, but thanks to my friend Micah, I finally am because he bought them for me. Thanks, Micah. Regardless, that's enough yipping yap. Let's start casting blasting. Let's go. The goal is not to spill this dirty Berkley Gulp juice on me because that'll be terrible and the lady will probably never touch me again. Yeah, it stinks, man. Ugh, gross. Now my fingers are gonna smell like a dirty old Berkley Gulp Minnow. Let's hope this is worth it. I'm just putting it on a 1/64 ounce mule jig. I don't know if you can see that, but it looks juicy. Honestly, it fits on that little 1/64 perfectly. Rinse these old things off. Still stinky. Ugh. I'm just gonna drift this around. I mean, it's so dang natural looking that you don't have to overwork it. I mean, it's just gonna look like a little minnow. Work it around some weed beds, do some twitching, let it drift. You know, I could really fish these for bluegill, trout, bass, crappie. List goes on, man. They just look like a little dinky minnow and everything eats little dinky minnows. It's a little bit windy, so I might want to find like a little bit more calm area. I will be honest with you, this is actually where I ice fish and caught all those really dinky bluegill. But the thing that I've noticed is whenever I try to catch bluegill here from open water, I tend to catch bigger ones. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go find a bank that doesn't have a ton of wind on it, but is getting a lot of sunlight. By the way, this is a 5-foot ultralight with 2-pound monofilament. Man, that's a big old duck. What's up, buddy? I hope you're my good luck duck. Holy cannoli. Okay, he's getting a little angry. Ducks can be pretty scary animals, man. That thing's got some size to it. It's got some girth. I would not want to fight that duck. Oh, no! Dadgummit, that was a bass. I yanked that way too hard. All right, now the question is, what will our first species be? I'm thinking it's gonna be a bass. I better run this jerkbait down this bank real quick. I gotta do it. I just love me a good jerkbait bite, and I feel like this looks like a really good bank for a jerkbait. There he is. Dadgummit, it's a pike. I should have known. You know what? You know what I just realized? I forgot my pliers. This will be a good old fun time. Oh my gosh. We got this. We got this. Please don't shake. Okay, cool. I actually got him unhooked, no problem. Guys, we got our first fish. Okay, well, we are done with this jerkbait because I totally forgot my pliers. Well, the good news is we got the skunk off the boat. It kind of caught me off guard. I'm gonna be honest though, I thought I felt bumps on my jerkbait like 2 or 3 times before I hooked that fish. And, oh, there's a fish. Yes! Oh my gosh! Berkley Gulp Minnow for the win. Oh, thank goodness. Thank goodness, thank goodness. He popped off right in the kayak. Folks, look at that. Jumbo pumpkin seed. Really nice one for this lake. This place is overpopulated with small panfish. You gotta take that. Any day of the week, you gotta take that. Okay, that was less than graceful as far as a release goes. That fish was floppy as all get out. The floppiest fish I've caught all year. Okay, good. Oh my, another. Oh my gosh, it's another good one. Dude, they're stacked up. Yes, another fat pumpkin seed. Guys, look at this. Look at this jumbo slab pumpkin seed. Get over here. Look at that, guys. Holy cannoli. Choked it. I'll take that any day of the week. We got a pike and 2 nice fat pumpkin seeds. Look at this gorgeous fish. I gotta get a pic, man. Let's release him and just get right back in there. God, these fish are a riot, man. They fight hard. Remember, this is 2-pound test and an ultralight rod. Got a lot of rock because this is a flooded seawall, which is actually made out of, looks like limestone or some kind of rock. And then you've had sunlight on this bank all afternoon. So this is a perfect spot for sunfish and largemouth to stack up during the spring. I am a believer in this Berkley Gulp 1-inch minnows. You guys have been telling me for far too long, but I've been lazy. But finally, now I've got them, and I can promise you this. Whenever I run out, I'm gonna buy more because these things, I'm already a believer in them. There's not a lot of panfish like that in here, so to catch them that size is a really good thing. I can't believe I only caught 2. I think I must have spooked them. I bet there was a handful more. If there's panfish in the area, I'm confident there's bass right around the same spots. You gotta remember, bass and sunfish, man, they're all warm water fish. They like that sun. They like that nice warm sun beating down in shallow. Boom. It's another panfish. Golly, I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it. This one's a gill. This one's a gill. Not a bad little gill here. Big fan of this bait. Thanks for telling me about it, folks. Appreciate that. This might just be a new confidence bait for some of these little bit bigger slabs. Okay, so now we're up to 3 different species today, 2 of which came on the Berkley Gulp. Now we got to get a largemouth. Another. Man, I was trying to paddle my kayak and then boom. This one's a little smaller, not quite as big, but look at how he had choked it. Man, he choked it. There we go, folks. Man, that's a really pretty one. These bluegill get that purple shimmer to them, and when you get some purple flake in your bass fishing lures, I'm telling you, it makes a huge difference. Always pay attention to the different types of fish and how they look. It can clue you in when you're targeting other species. I promise you that. I promise you that. I know this spot's gonna produce. I know it is. It's probably the best early spring bank this lake has, and it's all about the fact that it catches that afternoon sunlight. I probably jinxed it by talking. There he is. I was gonna say, I probably jinxed it by saying I'm so confident in it. Another nice one. Another bluegill. 3 bluegill in a row. 2 pumpkin seed, 3 bluegill. I'm gonna go ahead and paddle back up and drift this exactly the same because I just got blown down it so fast. Okay, quick little update. I'm gonna drift this bank again because I'm super confident there's gonna be more fish. But hey, I really like these Berkley Gulp 1-inch minnows. I wish I had more time to fish today. If I did, you know, I'd be throwing the heck out of them. But what you can count on is for me to fish them again in the future. So stay tuned for that because overall, my first impressions, love them. You know what I'll say about this minnow too? It's pretty durable. Pretty durable. I'm just honestly extremely surprised we haven't found a bass yet. I mean, I had the 1 bite, but he was right by the kayak and I just jerked it away from him. There he is. I knew there'd be more. It's another panfish. I might have my drag just a little loose, but overall I'd rather have it just a wee bit loose on these fish than too tight. Another nice little gill. You know, I've caught gills ever since those pumpkin seed. And I'll take it, man. Bluegill are just such pretty fish. Honestly, sunfish of all types, just really pretty fish. Pumpkin seed, long ear, warmouth are super cool. I think one of my favorites though is green sunfish. Oh, stupid little bluegill. Got him. He came back for it. Oh, nice bruiser pumpkin seed. Man, that's beautiful colors on that one. Look at this fish. God, they are floppy, bro. Look at this fish, just gorgeous colors. I freaking love pumpkin seed, man. He bumped it once, I missed him, pulled it away from him, and then he came back for it. Yeah, I knew there'd be some on this bank. This time of year, you can definitely hit the same bank a couple times. Give it a few casts, catch a few fish, give it a break, catch a few more. Man, I'm seeing some really small bluegill swimming around. It would be nice to just add 1 more species to the list. Oh, nice pumpkin. Holy cannoli, he's pulling. Hey, someone just bought some mule jigs. Epic. Well, they work, guys. Look at this. Oh, man. Slab daddy. Look how fat this fish is. This might have been the... Oh, he pooped all over me. Dadgummit, dude. Get your poop. Ew. It's like a freaking worm or something, bro. Man, that's a fatty fish. He is girthy. Berkley freaking Gulp Minnows, man. I love him. Man, he fought so hard. It's just because he's fat. He's just girth. He's like a middle linebacker, bro. He wasn't the longest fish I've caught today, but he was definitely the widest fish I caught. Bluegill, pumpkins, bonus pike. Today's been fun, man. Today's been fun. It was kind of a slow start, but I mean, once I found the right bank, you know, I started catching a few, and that's what it's all about. You know, you find the right bank for these fish, you might go ahead and pounce on a few. But if you're fishing the wrong area, man, might as well not even go fishing. I see a bunch of bluegill like this long. Yeah, this is the micro dink area right here. Back there's these big fat pumpkin seed and bluegill. And right here, there's just absolute micros, man. Fish group up with other fish their size, man. If you have schooling bass, you usually are gonna have a group of similar size. It's funny how, like, literally, they're 20 feet apart. There's a school of micros and then a school of fat ones. My minnow's finally starting to fall apart. We're basically just gonna fish until this minnow falls apart. Well, these Berkley Gulp Minnows, it's safe to say, have become a confidence bait for me. Definitely some of the biggest pumpkin seed I've caught on this body of water. Sure, I've caught a few of them here and there, but not as consistent as today. So that just opens my eyes that you always need to keep trying new lures. Okay, I know that if I don't set a rule, I'm not gonna have any self-discipline, so I gotta set a rule. I've got 5 more casts and then I gotta paddle it in. This minnow is pretty well shredded, but he did his job. Thank you, Mr. Minnow. Okay, so what do I think about these things right here? Obviously, I like them, and I'm going to fish them a lot more in the future, so if you want to see that, make sure to stay tuned. Regardless, I will take today and consider it a success. I was probably only fishing for about an hour and 20 minutes, and I caught quite a few nice pumpkin seed and some nice bluegill. I never did get that bass, but I know he's here, and I know if I come back and give it a little bit more effort, I'll find him. Regardless, I'm gonna go home and eat a sandwich. Have a good night.